Guys, good night to everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I think today we are going to discuss a lot of things, and this thing that we are going to discuss is about personal valuable. This is what we are going to discuss, and and we want to know how valuable are you in your community or in your nation or even in anywhere that you are. So for you to be valuable, sometimes it need personal commitment. Sometimes we used to find people who are valuable in community. We used to find them in society, but we always take care of them. And the reason that we take care of people that are valuable is because maybe they have skills, maybe they have knowledge, and maybe they are intelligent. So we cannot leave them to be alone. That's why sometimes we bring them together, and so that we also keep in contact with them. And today we are going to discuss about how valuable are you in your community or in your country or even in any other team that you are in. Let me say, for you to be valuable, sometimes it worth something. It worth something when you have a value. So, and people who doesn't have value, you might have seen them in a given community or in any society. Sometimes those who don't have value, human beings just make them as they are because they don't care about them. But people who are always valuable, we always take care of them. And the reason that we do that is because maybe they have something that they are valuable. And one example of this story is a diamond itself. Now, if you see diamond, let's say in jewelry place, if you see diamond being put just like that without security, without even those glasses for protections, and what will you say to that thing? You will say maybe the diamond is fake because it was not put on those glasses and there is no huge security that is going to guide it. And the reason is that diamond always it has a value, it is valuable. And the reason that it is valuable, that's why we always take it we don't take it for granted. We take it for something. And we take diamond as one of the example that you need to compare yourself as a human being. And sometimes when you are always available to something, people will say that you are just a yes man. You are just somebody who will accept any decision. And sometimes in a given community or in society, there are situations that we always look for people who are always available, but we don't look for people who are always available. And the people who are always available, these are the people that we always see on the roadside and people that we always hang out with them. But the valuable people, sometimes we don't find them, and we search for them. We also try to find out how we get those valuable people, but sometimes we don't get them. And these things will also bring me into a situation that when you want to search for a valuable person, sometimes you may not get them easily. And for you, you can also make yourself to be a valuable person. You don't need to make yourself to be available. You need to understand this two words, valuable and available. It's because when you are available, it means that you are there. Anything that people need, they will just find you, and you will just be open, and you will also accept any decision that is coming out. But sometimes if you are available, now people will start listening to you, what you want to say, and then they will also look for some of the resolution from you and the decision making. So you need to be careful in any team that you might happen to be there, because you need to make yourself a valuable person. Don't make yourself to be a valuable person. Sometimes when they ask you, you say, yes, I know this. Yes, I know this. this thing come with personal commitment, because value is service in its highest form. Because when you have value, sometime this is the services that you are also giving. Because maybe you have skills, maybe you have talent, okay, maybe you have other things that people see they are really resourceful, and that might be the problem, that they always put you in highest regard. Sometimes we cannot put somebody in highest regard if we don't mind about them, but because we see them that they are really active and they have that skill, that's why sometimes we put them into a highest regard. And I don't need that. I don't want to see people, so I don't want to see you to be a valuable person. And that's why I brought this topic. And I want to know from you, those who are also in the comment section, to tell me, how value are you in your team or in your society? How value are you? Are you always available for any other decision that people want to say? Or you have your own decisions that you always put? Okay, if you have value, what value okay, there are people that need to join. I think yeah, there are people that need to join, and if you want to join so that we discuss this topic, maybe you can just click that that join button, and then I will just add you up and we will discuss. No problem on that. But there are people that always join and they don't have anything to say. But if you want to join so that we discuss this topic, it is easy. Just click on that and I will add you up so that we discuss the meaning of valuable in community or in society. Sometimes if you have a value, I said earlier that you have to give opinion, you give decisions, you always make decisions. But if you don't have value, sometimes nobody will take care of you. And that's why sometimes you build for yourself, you build the value you yourself. That's why sometimes we see people moving on the roadside and we don't take care of them. But after some time, we may see them just in any other in a certain place, maybe in one of the luxurious place. But if we see them there, so we take it as something that they didn't work for. But no, they have worked for that. Only that you don't know how they work for. They work for it, and that's why sometimes you don't need even to know how they work for. But they will always work in silence, and then time always tell. Because if they work in silence for a period of time, then after 1 year, after 2 years, maybe you will find them that they have maybe developed skills, and maybe they have built a network. Okay, because today we can see that for you to be valuable, sometimes you have to find your network, okay, or you develop skills, a certain skill, so that you move forward. And I think I got this one of the example. There was a guy that I was with him 3 years back, and within that 3 years back, we have been friends. We have been staying together in a certain place, but we chill together, we move together with him. And I went to the village, and then I came back to Juba. I didn't find the guy. I tried to reach out to him and call him, but his phone was off. His phone was not working. And when make it like that, he lost his phone, and he didn't see me all this long. It was happened like in 2024. This was the time I met him. Yeah, and let me tell you, I met this guy. He's really a remarkable person. You know, the person that I used to work with. He's really a successful guy. He's really successful. So I saw him, and I really thank God that this guy made it in life, because he worked for it. Nobody worked for that, but he's the one who worked for it. So I appreciate him. And I also talk to some of the people that this is what we always want. Because for you to be valuable, you need to work for it. You spend some time doing your own job. If you do your own job, I think it's going to be okay. But if you don't do your own job, or if you don't develop the skills, Nobody will be with you, but you need to develop certain skills. You need also to have some knowledge on something, so that when some people need it, then people will come to you, and then you will be trying to make it, and that is nice. So you don't need also to develop some of the skills, but there are things that you may need to do. Sometime you may need also to be a great speaker. There are a lot of skills in 21st century. We have this public speaking is one of the things that you will make money in it. We have computer science, you make money on that. We have we also have medics. This is where you make money. Artificial intelligence, you will make money on that. Business, you will make money on that. A lot of skills on social media. They are really very many, but it is you to develop them. You develop a certain skills, and then you move forward. And if you want any other skill, if you want any skills from what I said earlier, then you need to develop it. You need to work for it. So to become a valuable person sometimes is really very hard. You need a personal sacrifice, and you will also know this. You will know yourself in your family, or you will know yourself in any team. If team always wait for you so that the team should make a decision, that means you have value. You have a value. That's why they are waiting for you so that you can make decisions. But make sure, if your team is not making decision, if your team make decision without you, make sure that you have no value. And that's why they make decisions, because they wouldn't wait for you. You will add nothing, because then they have been knowing you all along, but you don't have anything in your minds or in your brain. That's why they just spit you out, because you don't have anything. And if you was having something, then they would have waited for you, and then you people should make decisions while you're present. And that's why sometimes it's necessary for you to build a certain value. If you build up the value, that will be okay. But if you don't build your value, then everything will not be fine. So let me know from the comment sections. Do you worth something in your team, or you don't worth anything? So is there a decision that made without you, or people wait for you and then they make decisions? So I also want to know that. I also want to know how people perceive you. But if people perceive you as an upright person, please, you need to work on that. Start on it and work on it. You need to work on those things. Be strong and try it. I know that most of our people now are trying. Even some of us, we are also trying. But we are trying with something. We need to try, all of us. If you don't have anything that you have to build, you need to build it. Nobody will build your empire. You have heard that is the responsibility of any person to build his own empire. Nobody will build somebody's empire. So if you want to build your empire in 21st century, there are a lot of skills today. I have mentioned some earlier, and you can also have some of them, because the media is here. You will just scroll down, you scroll, and you'll get anything. So please, you need to build the skill today, but try to know that you need to have value. So let people, remind people that you are worthy something. You have to be considered. In any decision that people want to do, they must consider you. They will not take you just as a member of the team, but you must be considered. But you cannot be considered when you don't share anything. You must share anything, then they will consider you. But if you don't share anything, if you don't have an idea, then people will not accept you. People will just dump you. But if you always share your idea, you always have an opinion in any situation. That is what people want. People want you to be radical sometimes. But I know a lot of people talk that you don't need to be radical in any situation, but being radical is somehow good enough, because this is whereby you will know that this X is like this and this Y is like this. If people were not radical, you will not find people. But To remain silent all the time is not good enough. Yeah, you need to try. You need to try. Yeah, I'm a Sudan. I'm a Sudan. I'm a Sudanese. I'm a South Sudanese. Okay. Somebody saying the way you speaking English as if you're not a Sudan sense. Yeah, I'm a South Sudanese. By the way, thank you so much for this recognition. Fape or which name is that? I don't know. Thank you for recognizing my English. And I think we need to know. We need to know that you need to have value. Please, if you have value, that is great enough. If you have value, you will find yourself in anything that you want. But if you don't have any value, make sure that nothing will come out from you. But if you understand your value, this is whereby you will understand any situation. So don't let people take you for granted. If people take you for granted, you are going to get lost. So you will not build the empire. How will you build the empire is for you to make the life perfect. But I know we have now a lot of peoples have been dumped. And sometimes you might be having an idea in your head. And when you express those ideas, then there is a time that you need also to reactivate them so that they work. And I know that there are people that are also waiting for that thing in your head. Then they will also grab it from you, and then they will do the business. And sometimes you will realize that somebody who was talking with me yesterday, he has taken my own project and he's now implementing the project. You know, in this 21st century, this is how projects have been taken. All the projects have been taken from the people who are nuvi, people who don't understand, people who always doesn't have value. All the project has been taken because they always like to they always like to express the projects, and then if they express the projects and somebody saw that this project is worthy, then they will just take the projects and then implement them for themselves. And you as a project initiator, you will just remain. You will remain as a zero person. You know that? So this is how it works. In 21st century, you need to be realistic. You need to be well-oriented. Like if you have any projects in your mind, you don't need to share your projects with other people. So let the project remain, but you can share the projects with somebody you trust the most. But if you don't have somebody that you trust, maybe you will just keep it. You keep it, and after the time that you want to launch the projects, maybe you can launch it if you get the finance, if you get any other thing that need. So this is how you can do. And if the project succeed, I think is going to be what is, it will create a value to you. You're going to be worthy, because when you implement a project, then you are going to be worthy because you have tried something. And someone who tries something is always worthy, and we like such people who always attempt to do the projects. Otherwise, if you don't try the projects, then you are nothing. But sometimes it's necessary for you to work on those things. So in society, in any other places that you are now right now, and you're watching me, you need to know that try to be available. Don't be available always. Don't be a yes man. Like if people come to you and say, we have initiated this, what are we going to do with that? And you will be accepting, yes, I have to agree on what you said. You know that? It doesn't make sense. Nothing works like that. You need to say something. But if people come to you and you just accept anything out of the blue, so it shows nothing. So that's why I said you need to have your own value. So you need to be worthy. So you don't need to be cheap. Okay, and that is why sometimes, as I brought the example of the diamond, that if you get the diamonds in the jewelry place, like in market or whatever, so if you get the diamonds being put on the table and then there is no security, no people standing, okay, around the diamonds, or there's no security guiding it, and it was just put on the table, so you will be having that doubt. you will say, this is not diamond that I know. So you might be saying it is a fake. It might be fake. It might be that. It might be that. But always, when we put too much security, too much security on the diamond, and we put some glasses on the diamond, and we put a layer of security, so we will say that this is a diamond because the security that has been provided and the material that has been provided also to protect the diamond make it to be diamond, and that is, it is now worthy. So it's the same to you. If you're always accessible, if somebody is looking for you and they used to get you, some people used to find you moving on the roadside. Some people used to find you just in a specific place, only in one place. So it means that you are not worthy, okay? But for you to be worthy, you don't need also to appear instantly. So let people search for you. And I think in South Sudanese culture, it might, people say that this is a jealousy. So if somebody is not looking for people, is jealousy. But human nature is always like that. Even in restaurants that you always go and have some lunch or dinner. So in a restaurant, if you go and you find people always eating there for free, so you always say that this is not good enough. This is not a good place for me to eat there. Because you might be suspecting something, because we always assume that something there for free always means something different. But if we are putting a lot of money, and that's why you see the price of the iPhone is now surging every year, is because of that. The Apple company is putting too much money on Apple. They are saying you can buy it at $3,000 or $4,000, and you as a customer, so you have that feeling, you just exaggerate and you pay the money. So which means human being like valuable thing. So they like a worthy thing. You buy thing at high cost, and so that you also share the experience with other people. I think this is what people always see. And that's why when you take a photo, you just make like that, okay? And you'll be trying to show people that you have that limited edition phones or a brand new phones of iPhone. And when you have an iPhone, people will regard you as somebody, as a worthy person, because it's worth thousands of dollars. You know, all these things come from being values. So if people value you, make sure that they value you for something. Nobody should be valued for nothing. And we have seen that that if people value you, then they have to value you for something. Nobody will value you for nothing. Never. If you are an important person in your community or in your team, make sure you are important for something. You can't be important for nothing. There is nothing that say you are important for nothing, but you are worthy for something. So it now happened to you. You need also to find yourself. Which area are you good at? So do people always come to you and say something? Do people look for advice when they need to initiate something? Do they used to do that? Do they come to you and look for that? No. Maybe people come to you, maybe some people don't come to you. But people who come to you, these are the people who always regard you as a valuable person. So because valuable persons, always we find them. Yeah. So let me try to welcome this guy. Yes, somebody's joining, and then we shall talk. Yeah, how are you doing? How are you? How are you doing?
Good day.
Yes, how are you? How are you?
I'm best.
Yes, how are you doing? So somebody might have joined and he has no interest to discuss with me. Maybe Sensigo, or what is the name? I don't know. He has issues with connection, but I'm going to disconnect him. Maybe he doesn't need to share anything otherwise. But I will try to disconnect him. I'm trying to disconnect. Yeah, okay. He left. Sorry guys for interruption. I think I was having a guest, but he unfortunately left. So I've been discussing about the value, how value are you in society and in a team. So if you are a builder sometime, if you are the one who is building the team, then that is okay, because you might be the one who is responsible in driving the team, because team always they always like drivers, and any team must have a driver, because if there is no drive in the team, then the team will not move forward. We could have a team and we have to agree on one thing, that we need to achieve something. And if we need to achieve something, there must be a driver. And when I say driver, it means a leader, team leader. So there should be a team leader that can lead. And then there should be also team members. So because team members, they always execute their orders, and they also execute anything that comes from the team leader. And that is it. So it's like a game of chess if you play that game. So we always sacrifice all the funds, okay, for the sake of what? For the sake of the leader. And the leader is responsible always to give the directive. It's also responsible to give the clear way and solve some of the problems that are facing the team. And when we say team, it means everybody should contribute anything that they have. And that's why we said that if you want to make team, then, or if you're the driver of the team, you need to know how do you drive the team so that the team should achieve the goal. And if the team doesn't achieve the goal, then that is not the team. You also see this thing from the football. Sometimes if you have a team and the team is not working well, then what do we do in the team? Sometimes we always get rid out of the coach otherwise, or we get rid out of the administration. The administration of the team should be banned. And the reason that they ban the administration of the team is because of what? Is because that they are not valuable. And if the team is valuable, it means if you see somebody in that team, you will always see them with clear eyes, okay? You'll always take them with highest regard. And this happened also to celebrities. When you meet with celebrity, it's really very easy to meet me, but it's really very hard to meet a celebrity, like Rihanna, like other people here in South Sudan, maybe the celebrity, or President Salva Kiir. So it is worthy to meet Salva Kiir rather than me, or to meet Museveni if you are a Ugandan. When you meet Museveni, you will feel that you met with God sometime, okay? You will say, wow, I met with President Salva Kiir, or I met with President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. So what does it mean? It means this is a social parallel relationship. And social parallel relationship happen when you know one person and the other person doesn't know you, whether you exist or you doesn't exist, or you don't exist, I mean. So, and this happened to celebrities. Sometimes we know the celebrities, we know who they are dating, we know also type of food that they eat, we know the clothes that they always wear, we know where they are staying, we know which songs will they release shortly, we know any single move that celebrity want to do, we know it, okay? But one thing is that all these things, they doesn't know that whether you exist or you don't exist. This is what they always assume. And when you meet with them, you will always happy. You feel happy. It really, you will be excited to meet President Kiir, or to meet any other persons in your country who is also regarded as a celebrity, let's say Josh Chameleon or any other person. So this is a social parallel relationship. And the people you are meeting, these people are available. So it is necessary for you to know. And there is also one thing that I don't understand. Uh, and that thing is some people assume that they are not worthy until they try something. But that's not okay. Everybody is worthy in his own domain. Any person that you see and they are moving with their two legs, they have two hands, okay? They have also hand, they have a lot of things. People are always good at something. All the people you see, all of them are good in something. But only that they did not work for something. But if they work on something, they will be more better than you. And we always look for help when we fall in trouble. So everybody is very important in his own domain. And to be valuable, you need to try something so that you should be valuable, and you have to try now. You don't need to try tomorrow or after tomorrow, but you need to try right now. It's very important for you to do that. So it's necessary, and we have to make sure that everything must be in place. Okay, you need to try. Now 2026 is coming. You need to arrange everything. You need to arrange everything so you learn in 2026, because learning always take time, of course. Yes, you have to suffer so that you also feel that you suffer in something. But sometimes you don't need to stay out of the blue and say that I've suffered for this and so, but you did not suffer for it. You need to work for something. If you want to develop your career, you need to develop it just in some days, in some months, in some years. But some of the skills always must use. You will master them just when you reach like 2 months, 3 months, and 6 months. You become an expert in something, but always consistent tells. When you are consistent, you will tell anything. But when you are not consistent, make sure you will not understand anything. But when you are consistent, then that is it. You will try something. Like, for example, I was not a good speaker when I was in primary schools and secondary school. I always feel shy when I stand in front of people. Okay, but it is good story. It is a story that I came up with. So speaking, if somebody is speaking, you need to know also why do they speak and I don't know how to speak. Yes. Because it's somebody like you, and if they speak, you also know how to speak. You need also to do the same thing. But nobody will say that a case is more speaking than you. Never. You need to learn it. Everything is learnable. Nothing is wrong with you, but only the emotions are the different thing. How you react in situations, these are the different thing. But all the things that you see, all these things are learnable. There is nothing that is born with person. What is born with the other person is also with you. Anything that you see people are doing, nobody is genius than the other person. But that person, he has practiced it more than you. Then, which means you need also to practice it more than him. And this is the good thing that you need to try. You need to try that so that you should be good at something. And you have to be good at something when you try, when you work for it. But if you don't work for it, then you will not be good at something completely. But if you always stay on TikTok, dancing and doing other things that are not good enough, so make sure you will not learn anything. And you will not be valuable in community or in society. You will not be valuable. So we need people who are valuable, people who express ideas, people who have that capacity to think. Then we come to them for mentorship. We come to them also for decision making, and that is it. So we cannot come to somebody who doesn't have anything, somebody who doesn't know how to solve problems and so. So we are always not attracted to these people. But do you know how you can attract people? How do you attract people? You attract people when you have something, when you have skills. Let me say money. Money is nothing. Money always come alone. So the first thing you do is to have something that you are good at, and then money will come alone when you are good at something. But if you are not good at something, money will not come alone. Money always come alone when you work on something. But sometimes if you don't work on something, then money will not come. If you are aspiring to be a doctor, you need to know the symptoms. You need also to know how to treat those things, how to treat diseases and so forth. Then you will be regarded as a doctor because you try something and you are valuable right now. If you are also doing computer science and any other thing, you need also to know programming. You need to know other fields of computer science. This is how you can attract people. Most people will come to you. If you are a great speaker, you will also attract a lot of people to you. There are people who are looking for mentorship. They will always be drawn to you. And that is the important thing. That's the importance of being a speaker. Okay? If you're a great public speaker, I mean. And these things always happen when you work for something. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you so much. Yes. I have to try, indeed. I have to try so that we educate our people. Our people need those things. We need to educate our people so that they know. And if we always keep quiet and we don't talk to ourselves, then we will not learn. Today, media always is very important. In media is there. Media is open to anybody. You can share anything that is in your mind. And people who like what you share, always, they will be drawn to you. So thank you guys for always supporting me, and I like that. Yeah. So this is how you attract people. You cannot attract people if you don't have anything. And that's why you always say somebody who have a skill, he always have people. Somebody who have money, he always attract a lot of people. Somebody who is wealthy always attract a lot of people, the same thing. So that's mean there is a situation that when you attract people, you must have something. You must have skills. You must be wealthy, or you must be a great person. You must be a genius on something. So that's how you can attract people. You cannot attract people from the green. I mean, from the blue. Never. You have to attract people because you have something. We can see this also from men and female. Or if somebody is handsome, then a lot of women will be drawn to. If a girl is beautiful, a lot of men will be drawn to. And we can know that the reason that they're drawn to that is because of that physical look, but it's not because of anything else. And that's why in these two gender, you can find that sometimes if they get sex, then they will just let somebody go because this is the interest that they have been looking for, and that is the final of love sometimes. Some people express it like that, the way they know. So always when you attract people based on what? Based on what you have. But you cannot attract people out of blue, never. And people have to come to you because of that interest. Human being always stay in interest. So there is no human being that is stay with you for nothing. Never. You cannot find person staying with person for nothing. Never. You might be staying with somebody, maybe you need something from him, or somebody might be staying with you because they need something. No matter how much they try, no matter how much you try, then that means you are staying with somebody for something. Maybe you want to learn something from somebody, or somebody want to learn something from you, and that's why they are staying with you. So it's very important for us to know those things. And for you to live a life that is worthy, it's necessary, it needs you to work for yourself, work for your skills, work for talent, because talent die with you and skills always die with you. But wealthy, they don't die with you. Money always remain on earth, and people will divide them if you did not put them in a bank. Maybe your children, maybe your relative will share the wealthy. And then after some time it goes. But skills and knowledge always doesn't go. Skill and knowledge is transferable. You can transfer it to the other people, and then they will have it. If you die, the skill will be seen in other people. And that's why always is necessary for us to work for life so that we have to make something. We build legacy on the planet. So guys, yeah, long time, Baite, long time indeed, yeah, long time, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining my life, and I appreciate that you guys. I always meet with new friends on social media, and I like that. I always like to make friendship, by the way, because I like to be friend to anybody who want also to be friend with me. So I've been connected with a lot of people, and these people we become a great friends on different social media. Let's say on Facebook and also on YouTube and also on TikTok. I also have an account on TikTok. So on TikTok and also YouTube. So anybody is my friend. If you want to be my friend, you need to follow me. You need also to inbox me also so that we make a friendship. And I like always to be friend with anybody. And I always feel happy when I meet you guys in physical. When I meet you face to face, I always feel happy. And some people always ask me, "Do you know this person?" I say, "No, this is my TikTok friend. This is my Facebook friend." And somebody will wonder why. Okay, why are you holding them with this highest regard? And I say, this is how I always make friendship, because I value friendship more than anything else. Friendship is what I always love. That's why you always see me smiling and also laughing, because I love friendship. Yes. And I love you guys for always supporting me. So today we have been discussing about valuables. How valuable are you in your society or in your team? Because you might be having a team. And if you have a team must have a value thing that they always put in regard. So who is the driver of that value? And people are respect because of the team leaders in time. People are respect because of the other people. And if we respect people because of other people, it means we respect them through the value. When you respect someone because of the other person, it means you respect the person because of the value of the person that you've seen. But the other person, maybe I don't know him or he or she doesn't know me. Who cares? Nobody cares. But I respect them because of the other person. Why? Because I hold the person with the value. That is why I said you need to be valuable. You don't need to be available. Because if you are available, you are useless. You have nothing to do to the society. You have nothing to do to the team. But you were so kind, friend, when we set for S4 and S3 years ago. Indeed, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Thank you, my colleague, for these wonderful comments. And I appreciate that I met you. So shukran, Sidit. Yeah. Guys, it come to the end of my show. And I think if you have anything that you want to ask, you need to ask question, maybe you can just ask here in the comment section. I will be ready to answer that. In case you have questions, I will answer that question. And let hope the question is positive. It's not that radical. So I will just answer that question in case you have any question. So I will answer the question and then I will move forward. So the topic that I was discussing is about, big man, Abu Mazin. How are you doing? Thank you so much. I'm not a big man, but maybe you are the big man. Okay? So you are the big man. I'm not a big man. Atwer, how are you doing? Abu Mazin, how are you doing, guys? Hope everybody is fine. And thank you so much. So in case you have any question, maybe you can ask me question. These are logo vehicles. No, they are not logo vehicles. Umazin. So this is my podcast logo. Okay, this is my podcast logo, and then the other one is my company logo. This is NG Technologies, and this one is for this one is for my company logo. This is Ngawal Guru for Computing. Okay, so I'm kind of branding. This is a branding. It's like Mercedes-Benz. No, this is not Mercedes-Benz. This is FE. This is FE. This is a call podcast. Thank you for being concerned. Okay, thank you for being concerned. But this is how I brand my logo. By the way, this is inspiring. It's creative. So it's like Mercedes now. It's not like Mercedes Abu Mazin. So thank you for being concerned. In case of any question, maybe I will answer that. We have been discussing about valuable but not available. We were discussing that you need to be valuable, you need to have value, and also let people respect you. Let people respect you because of what you know. Don't let people respect you because of money that you have gained. Because money that you gain without investment will always goes without no plan. Yeah, tell us, big man, your company. Yeah, my company is, I have two companies. This is Nawal Group of Computing, and this one is NG Technologies, and this one is my podcast. This one is a podcast. How can I get rid of fear of talking in front of people? Yeah, thank you, Rosie. Rosie, you have raised really a good question, and let me also elaborate more on that. You need to listen to me so that I also give you some tips. You know, I'm also a coacher. I also coach people on how to speak. I've been training a lot of people that are aspiring to be leaders. I also train them so that they become great leaders in the speaking, in public speaking. Of course, yes, sometimes we always feel that. We always, there are things that we're always afraid of. Sometimes we are afraid to be judged. We are afraid also to do wrong thing, okay? Because when you are afraid to be judged by the other person, then fear always ignite. When you are also afraid, fear ignite as well, okay? But what you want to do on those things is that you need to know that what you will say is something that coming from your mind, not something that is coming from the other from the other person. But when you're addressing the people, there are people that are more intelligent than you, and they are sitting in the audience. Among the audience, they are there, okay? But there are people also that doesn't have knowledge about what we want to say. But there are people who have even more knowledge than what you want to present. But what you do on that situation is that you need to express what you know rather than what they know, because you are expressing your innermost. And then that bring me into the thing that I want to say. That will bring me into the physical and the spiritual eternity. Let me say you understand yourself. You know your physical look. You know how cute you are. You know how you're tall, you're short. Okay? Maybe you know those things. That is okay. But your innermost, maybe you don't know it. So you need to reconcile those two things. You need to know your innermost and you need to know your outermost. You need to know what ignite fear. This is what you want to understand. So if you understand what ignite fear in yourself, then you will know how to quit that. But there are things that you have to do. For example, to me, I learned to speak in front of people with only some technique. And the first technique was when I was about to learn it. So I was having that experience when I come to the occasions or to any other places or to any place that people are there, and then maybe I will be having a discussions with them. So sometime I may that fear is anxious. I will feel anxious, okay, and I'll be trying to talk in my mind. Okay, my brain is busy saying a lot of things. My mind is always busy saying some of the thing. Maybe I'm busy talking. What will I say to these people? And what will I do? And what do all these things? Okay, but I came to learn those things. Yes, I came to learn this thing just only in one thing. I learned to quit, or I learned to quit this using these two technique. I always breathe in for 4 seconds, then I breathe out for 4 seconds, and then I hold. Okay, I stop breathing and I stop also. Yeah, I stop breathing for 4 seconds as well. 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out, and then you stop at 4 seconds. These things will also reactivate the system. It will reactivate your brain. Meaning, if your brain was in pressure, or if your physical body was, if your internal system was under the pressure from something else, then now what will come is that when you do those things, the one I said, because breathing always control the brains, it controls the body. But when you stop that thing, 4 second in, 4 second out, okay? 4 second in, 4 second out, 4 second force. Then now your body is going to reactivate. And when it reactivates, it means it will start from equilibrium. I know if you learn science, you will know the meaning of equilibrium. So your body will be in equilibrium. So you will not feel that thing again. And then I have to move forward. That is how I learned that thing. But the most important thing is for you to know that fear is always there whenever you go anywhere, because when you see people, you will you will always think that you're going to have a problem and you will be killed and these things will happen. And so you'll be talking a lot in your brain, and you know that in our brain we have thousands of electrified cells. Okay, we have a lot of things in our brain. And when you always give them signal, they will always respond to that signal. That's why we don't need them to respond as soon as possible. So you need to do something. And that was the technique I used. Then today, I'm now a great speaker. I used to speak. I don't even afraid of camera. I have to say what I like, and I have to say what comes from my mind and share it with you. Anything bad, I can learn. Of course, up to now, I'm still learning. So I'm not that type of person who say I'm educated and so, but I'm still learning up to today. After today, I'm learning some new thing, be speaking, be anything, be in computer science, be in mathematics and physics. So I'm learning a lot of things. This is not the final, but I'm learning a lot of things. And that's why I say, if you want to learn speaking, if you need to learn really public speaking, make sure that you need to know those things. You need to know how to quit. How to chase away that thing, how to chase away anxiety. Because most of the people suffer from anxiety. If you have that anxiety, then it will go. You need to be epitome of success. Okay, you need to be epitome of success and let other people see how far you have come. And be open always to learn. That is perfect. And then that thing will also be a value to you. So if you speak, if you are a great speaker, then you are going to be a great person. And people will always listen to you. So please, you need to try very hard. And thank you, Rosie, for asking this question. But let me hope you also invoke me so that we discuss the range of issues on how to speak in public and how to speak also in conversations. Because we have these things, they are really different. There is all this speaking are different. If you speak in the church, it's quite a bit different from politics. If you speak in politics, it's quite a bit different from the church. If you speak in any associations or any other places, it's quite a bit different from it. It's quite a bit different from the other thing, because the audience are always different. In church, Jesus is always near and God is always near. In politics, interest is always near. Okay? So you need to understand those situations. And when you speak, make sure that you speak with different audience. In those audience, you need to know them. Who are those audience? That is the important thing in speaking. So speaking sometimes is really not that bad, but speaking is always good, and it is one of the skills that you should build today in this century. If you build these skills, I know that you will be a great person tomorrow and after tomorrow. And to speak very well, calm and clarity, you're going to be a great person. And people will try to follow you always, because people love those who speak. People doesn't love people. They don't love people who doesn't speak. But those who speak, always we regard them in society as people who know something. Because when we allow them to speak, they always have positions. They always think. They always open the way. And that's why we always like them in our teams, for them to be there. So my last advice is that don't be a newbie person. Don't be that person who is always available. Create your own time. Create anything that you want and be available. So don't be available. Don't be a yes person, but be a man of strong words. So you need to say something. You need to have quality discussions. Even quality times with anything that you want to do. It is also very good enough to have that time, because It's necessary. But if you always say that, if you always say yes, yes, yes in any situation, then you are not going to be, you are going to be what? You are going to be available. And if you don't have value, nobody will follow you. People follow those who are available. If you have value, you will be followed for what you do. You will not be followed if you do nothing, because you know now in this world, people follow people for something, but you cannot be followed if you don't have skills, if you don't have anything. But you have to build those things. You build a skill, you build anything that you want, like speaking, public speaking. It's one of the skills that you should build, and don't be afraid. You need to practice it. You record yourself, know your voice. I know some people always afraid of the voice when they hear it, but that is not okay. You will not learn if you always afraid of your own voice, then you will not learn anything. But if you always move a single step, you do it, single step, you do it, then you are going to learn and you're going to be a great person. So let us all try to be a person that people always wait when they want to take decision. Don't be a person that people never wait for when they want to take some decisions. Because be there as in a team, but be also having opinions. You need to have opinion in something. Don't be a yes man, but be a strong person. Be a great person. Be a person that has value, but don't be a person that has no value in society. Okay? So thank you so much. And I hope that we shall meet next. And maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow, I'll be coming live here always. Yeah. I'm very fast in giving a speech. How will I reduce it, bro? Yeah, indeed. Yeah. This is intonation. You have a problem in your intonation. So in English, maybe in English or in your language, sometimes it is really very hard. But let's say in English language is a melody, is a stress time language. It's not like Dinka language, let me say, because Dinka language is a syllable time. You have to pronounce everything in place. But in English, it is a stress time language, meaning you can choose some words. You have to stress them so that you move better fast. You cut somewhat. And let me come also to where you are suffering from, like intonation. And it is the same thing in when car is moving. So if cars or vehicles, they always move like this, okay? They move in linear. But if there is a break, or if there is something that blocks them, then they will stop. If that thing goes, then they will stop, and then they will go. Then they will block, they will go. That is it. So in English, indeed, you're a great person, and I will always make sure I don't miss any life for you. Thank you, Rosie. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. So and then the intonation is like to start. Let's say in English language is a stress time. When you start the sentence, you need to raise up your voice, but always don't speak from your head. You know we have three speaking. You speak from diaphragm. I mean like this and I mean like this. This is a diaphragm speaking. And I mean like this and I mean like this. This is what is speaking from the head. Okay? This is for women sometimes. Women speak from the head. And we have also some people that speak from the north. They speak from the north. We have those things. But it is you to determine what type of speaking do you want. You want to speak from diaphragm, like the way I'm speaking, because my voice is harsh. Okay? My voice is very loud. And I like that voice of mine. I build it. I build that voice. And there are people who speak from the head, like ladies. But ladies always, they used to learn. If you combine speaking from the head, speaking from diaphragm, if you combine these two things, you are a remarkable speaker. And you need also to raise the voice when you are starting, okay? And when you are stopping the statement, then you go down. That is it. That's how you can speak. And this is how intonation work. And we call it rhythm sometimes. We have rhythms in music when you sing. Okay? So which means you go, move forward, you calm down. That is how you can speak. And don't be monotone. If you are a monotone, then that is bad. Monotony is, I want to do this, and tomorrow I will come this, and now and I will do this, and I will do this, and tomorrow I will send this guy, and then it will come, no, tomorrow, then that. So this is called monotone speaking. It is monotone. But you need to vary your voice, the pitch. You need to go down, you need to come up, you need to go down. All these things are learnable when you speak with your mirror. But if you don't speak with your mirror, you will not learn anything. You will just grow like that until you become a big person, and you will still suffer. You might be seeing this from some of the politicians in South Sudan today, or even in any other world, Kenya, Uganda, even wherever you go. You may be finding somebody is at 60, but he's really 4 when he delivered the speech. This happened like that because of the monotones. It's a monotone that always make it like that. If you have monotone, then you need to work for it so that you have a barrier in what? In the pitch. You speak up and down, up and down. So you need to change that monotone speaking, and then you will be a great person, I know. Because when you change that, you will not have any problem. Even me, when I speak in my language, I always speak better fast, but I did not learn that. Because I know that my language will not do anything to me, but English is the one that I will get something from. That's why you see me, I'm somehow good in English rather than my local language, because I learned English in some years, okay? Because I have been practicing English for so long, and I have been practicing that. When I was born, I was a stammer. I used to speak so slowly. I mean, very fast. But today I have changed. So thank you guys, and I hope you will also change, and everything will be nice for you. Thank you for asking these questions, and I will be here also to answer any question that you want to ask. And if you are suffering from anything in academic, maybe I have that knowledge, I have to say it, I have to answer it, because I'm here for you guys. Yeah. And thank you guys for those comments and questions. So it makes me feel that I didn't come live here for no reason. I want to let you know that I'm grateful for all I have learned from you today. That is great, Rosie. Thank you so much. If you learn from me, I always like that, and I always love other people to know. Yeah. Have a blessed night, please. Yeah. I always love to let other people know what I have, and this is the best thing. So I'm really a great thing. It is really a great thing to have you guys in the comment sections, and we have been discussing a lot of things. So thank you guys, and we shall meet next time, maybe tomorrow or after tomorrow. We shall have a discussion like this. Maybe I will come with a different topic, and then we will be trying to discuss it. So guys, I will say from here, bye-bye.